Hi, and welcome to SideBar The Show. Our guests today are the Command Sisters, an amazing alt-pop rock group out of Edmonton, but have now kind of in between Alberta and Toronto. They just released their album in 2021,
Yeah.
Rouge. We got the tattoo right there to celebrate.
Which side? Is it
Oh,
the
yeah,
side
it's that
side?
side. And it's great to have you in today.
Yeah,
So,
thank you.
Yeah.
we love beers and drinking. Don't tell my grandma if she's watching. So this is like the best show we've
think
ever
you
been
just
on
told your
ever.
grandma.
Yeah, I think this is the
She
best
said
show arguably we've ever done. So thank you for that.
Yeah. It's a pleasure to have you in. So we're going to go to our first drink, which is the Jelly Royale.
Okay, are we gonna like cheers this?
Cheers.
We're gonna like lock arms. Oh, it's like
All right.
thick.
It's a smoothie.
Oh, it has like a, what is that flavor I'm tasting?
Well, mango.
I think the first ingredient is water and the second ingredient is mangoes.
That would make sense. Absolutely.
Why does it taste healthy?
Right?
I feel like I'm drinking a smoothie.
You don't taste the alcohol at all.
It literally
It's very
says smoothie. You don't take.
That's
you
dangerous.
don't taste the alcohol.
All right.
It
Yeah,
reminds
you
me
know
of
what?
like being at like Booster Juice or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, literally,
Jelly
but,
Royale?
like, yeah.
Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah.
Oh, you finished it. Oh my god. Okay.
I am very pleasantly surprised by this.
That was really
Are we
good.
rating them 10 out of 10?
Sure, yeah. We can,
Yeah.
we can rate them 10 out of 10. They're all 10 out of 10.
Oh my god. Okay.
So,
Fierce competition.
my first question. So you started music super young when you were
Yeah.
6 and 9. And I want to hear more about your origin story. I heard that when you were playing at like your great-grandmother's retirement home,
Oh yeah,
Someone-
you went deep into the internet.
I did. Someone, discovered you, then you were playing at different retirement
Yeah.
homes. Can you tell us about this amazing origin story?
Oh god. Yes.
So we were like classic family band that like started out playing bluegrass and country music.
So we grew up in Alberta.
Yeah.
Spruce Grove.
Spruce
Oh my god. You
Grove.
know.
Oh.
What?
And so like my
Yeah.
first instrument was the mandolin. Like I used to yodel. Like they would like different times,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, grew up playing and then just like had so many opportunities. Like we just started playing like local community stuff. I think we played at like everybody's grandma's Christmas party.
Oh yeah,
like,
little like Christmas parties, festivals, like the retirement homes. Like people just saw
Yeah.
us like sing as like little kids, and they were like, "Well, how are you? We'll like give you stuffed animals."
It was
And,
kind of
like,
a hustle though, because like
You got
we
paid in
would.
stuffed animals until they paid you in beer.
Oh yeah,
Seriously?
we would
Well,
hustle.
yeah. There you
we
go.
would hustle stuffed animals, and then it started to be like, I'll give you $50 cash, and you're like 8, and you're
You know how
like,
many
oh my
Webkins I could buy
god,
with
like
this?
I am rich, and then it was like $100, and like,
Yeah.
so I think it taught us like musicianship, like soloing, harmonizing with bluegrass,
Yeah.
country. It takes like they're really great genres musically, so like thankful for that upbringing. And then that turned into learning about, you can get paid and perform, and it kind of became more of a business thing.
Right.
But yeah,
Oh yeah.
Very cool.
good. Yeah.
So my second question is, I know, Charlotte, you're a big Disney girl, and I saw maybe it was Sarah who was in a musical performance of 101 Dalmatians.
Oh my god, how did you find this? Where did you go?
How far into the internet did you go? Literally.
I am amazed. Like, I am literally shook. Hashtag shook. Sorry.
Amazing.
Sorry. What do you say?
And I think you were both in
moving.
maybe a rendition of The Lion King. So I found 2 pictures. We'll throw them up
Uh
from both of those.
oh.
But yeah, can you tell us about your favorite Disney and other musicals you have been in?
Yeah. So we grew up doing like Disney music. I think that's what kind of got us into music. Is like my mom used to listen to musicals, and then we got into it, and we would like harmonize these
Yeah.
old Disney songs. Like it was like a great way to start singing in a way.
So Lion King was a big one because we had this like coffee table in our old house that was kind of like, we thought it looked like Pride Rock, and it
Oh my
totally
God.
didn't. I can't believe I even remember the name of that. It did not.
Everything the
So-
light touches.
Look, Simba, everything the light touches is our key.
Oh my god, that
Okay,
was the vibe.
So I think I was what's the dad lion's name?
Mufasa.
Oh, thank you. You were Mufasa.
She was
The toucan.
the toucan.
Yes,
What was the
See, you
toucan's
know more
name?
than us. Like,
Yeah.
I
What
was,
was the toucan?
Zazu.
Zazu.
I was Zazu.
We're only one drink
I
in and
was
we're already getting tipsy.
Zazu.
So yeah, like I remember distinctively walking into the superstore in our small town and wearing this lion costume and just feeling like I'm so cool, like everyone's
You
like,
are
looking
Simba.
at me like I'm
Simba.
Mufasa.
Yeah. But
good
like we
times.
did it. We put on a play for like our neighbors. We used to do that. We used
Good
to put on-
confidence. The confidence went away for a few years, and I think it's
But it
just
was
coming
there
back
as
now.
kids.
But it was
Right.
there.
It was overconfident.
So my next question for you guys, I'd like to ask Charlotte about your hamsters.
Oh God. Oh God.
Don't
No,
ask.
you
Just
brought
open
it
a
up.
can of
You did
worms.
it. You did it. Okay, what do you know?
I just want to know all about. I've seen all of them dressed up as different things. I'd like to hear about the love for hamsters.
So, like 3 years ago, I was like, I wanted to get a dog. Our landlord wouldn't let us have any animals. So I was like,
Yeah.
and she lives down the hallway from us. So I was like, okay, the easiest thing that I can hide would be a hamster because it's small.
Small.
Right. So I got like 5 hamsters. And
Like all at once or over time?
Oh, it was pretty quickly.
It was pretty quick.
The
Yeah, it was
evolution
pretty
was
fast.
fast.
It was fast. It was like one month and then.
So we used, before I moved out, we used to share a room, right?
Yeah.
It was a bigger room, but we shared a room for like 5 years when we lived in Toronto, right? Toronto life, you know, it's Toronto. So we shared a room. And then I think one of the main reasons why I moved out, no offense, she had 6 at one point, hamsters. And they had these wheels, and so they're nocturnal, so like they would go
Run in
crazy
the
at
middle
night.
of the night.
I couldn't sleep.
But I got the silent spinner. The silent spinner is silent.
It's not
How did
silent.
you? Yes, it is. Don't diss
It's
the
not
silent
silent.
spinner. Okay. Anyways.
So I was like, Charlotte, you gotta take the wheel out at night so I can sleep. And
No,
she's like,
that's
I'm not
animal
doing that.
cruelty.
Like
That's
that's
animal cruelty.
for
They
them.
gotta get their exercise. They gotta get their
Yes.
steps in.
It's like me on the. No.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway, so but then I started building these miniature houses for my hamsters, and then I started photographing them in these miniature houses. There's a store in Toronto called the Little Dollhouse Company, and I would make dioramas with these miniature items. I'm serious. It's like expensive.
But it's like $100 for something that big.
handcrafted,
It's not cheap.
Like
Someone's like, the
miniature
life
furniture.
goggles,
Yeah.
like.
Seriously, miniature furniture. It's amazing, and I put the hamsters in, and it's my hobby.
Very cool. That's a fun hobby to have.
It's my hobby. Yeah.
So we're gonna go into our second drink, which
Okay,
is from
it's about time.
Collingwood, Sunset Point. Fun fact, there's a big Inukshuk on Sunset Point.
Ooh.
Very pretty area. So cheers
Cheers. Oh, you go.
to bevy number 2. This is a raspberry one.
Oh, that's good. That's very good.
Excellent.
Taste it.
Can I rate again? 10 out of 10. Very nice.
Raspberry. I can taste the sweetness.
I like the can. It's got
They all have the same style with different colors. Very pretty cans.
very pretty can.
It's really nice.
Yeah.
No, that's good. I love it.
So my next question is, I heard you, Charlotte, you got recognized on public transit the other day. But I know you've also had to convince people that you weren't Tegan and Sarah. So how is it now that it's like, do you feel that people kind of recognize you where you go, or is it still kind of in between that?
I feel like people recognize us more now. Like back in the day when people thought we were Tegan and Sarah. It was actually at
They
the
didn't
Junos.
know who we were.
Yeah.
It was at the Junos when we were just coming out, starting to do music and release music.
Yeah.
And we had worked so many years really hard.
Yeah.
We both had black hair at the time, and
She
mine
had
was
short black
short.
hair, and I think that was a thing. Like, I don't know what it was. Maybe it was my haircut too. I had bangs. I don't know what Tegan and Sarah looked like at the time.
Yeah.
Like,
We have to say
thought we
the
were them.
situation was we had TD, who's like amazing supporter of music, gave us the chance to walk the carpet at the Junos. It was
Right.
entirely them. Like we weren't with a label at the time. They just like gave us the opportunity. So we walked, and then after you walk the carpet, they go back to this back like swanky area where all the nominees are, and they're giving people drinks and food and all this stuff. So we're like totally out of place. I was so weird, and I decided to wear sunglasses, and I think that was a big part of it. So I'm looking like I'm famous when I'm not kind of vibe. So I
Yeah,
wanted to look famous,
literally.
even though I was the only
Right.
non-famous person backstage. And so I was wearing these sunglasses, and then all of a sudden everybody thinks we're famous. So this lady comes up, she's like, "You're Tegan and Sarah." We're like, "No, we're not."
She
And
wouldn't believe
She
us.
thinks we were lying
She
to get her to go
deadass
away.
thought
We're
we
like,
were freaking Tegan and
"No,
Sarah.
we're not." "Yeah, you are." "No, we're not." So she's like, "Oh, don't kid me." So she wants a photo. And then all of a sudden, everybody else in the room thinks we're also famous. So then all of a sudden, they keep bringing up their kids. "Go get a photo. Go get a photo."
yeah.
And we're like, "Okay,
We're not
We're
Tegan
not
and
famous.
Sarah. I don't even think we looked like that. People are
maybe I
You're
am.
crazy.
Maybe I am Tegan and Sarah."
You rip off your mask revealing you've been Tegan and Sarah the whole time. The longest con of all time.
the longest
I wish.
running con of all time.
Amazing.
I know.
So my next question is, I know you've met tons of super famous musicians. Lenny Kravitz, Kim Mitchell, who else did you meet? It was Flea, you've met Flea. Like, Who's the one artist, or I guess celebrity, you've been like most starstruck by?
We played pool with Shawn Mendes because our
But
old manager
was
was his
the
tour
most
manager, stuff like that.
Starstruck. That was the most starstruck, as meeting somebody who's like a newer artist of our time,
you
right?
look so familiar.
Like, I mean, meeting who is your guitar legend that saw us?
Steve Vai.
Steve
we
Vai.
have had the pleasure of meeting a lot of cool people.
So we got used to meeting these older legends.
But the one time, though, I will say that did throw me off was we had the pleasure of walking a red carpet at the Grammy party for Republic Records, just as we signed a record deal pre-COVID when we were like the new thing signed.
Right.
And we're going on this red carpet and we're like walking on, and like my jacket's stuck. I'd been gifted this crazy jacket that was well over any amount of money I'd ever pay for a jacket. And the biggest thing was like, it was a loaner. We didn't own it. So if we fucked up the jacket, if we fucked up the jacket, then my credit card was on file. So I would be charged the $5,000. So I was like, okay, cool, sounds good. So my big thing was like, don't fuck up the jacket.
Yeah.
And so I'm walking on, I have the zipper broken, and I'm like, I'm trying to fix it. And they're like, you're holding up the line, someone's behind you. I was like, okay, that's fine. Like, give me a second. I'll be 1 second.
Let them go.
No, I didn't say let them go. I was like, just give me a second, okay? And then we go on, and then we look. It was freaking Channing Tatum.
No way.
And I was like, I just like dismissed
you said
Channing Tatum. Like, let me
you
fix my
can
jacket,
wait.
okay?
Yeah.
And all I'm thinking is that movie.
21 Jump Street.
No, the other one, the stripper one.
Oh, Magic Mike.
Magic Mike. And I'm thinking like, what?
Yeah, that, and
Yeah,
also when we met Shawn Mendes.
That one was weird, too.
What was that bar called in Toronto?
He did tequila shots with Shawn Mendes.
Yeah.
Wait, how do you know my life more than I know my life? What the hell? Yes, we did.
It was Petty Cash. We went to Petty Cash.
Petty
Petty
Cash.
Cash, yeah.
Downtown Toronto. He gave me a tequila shot and I took it. That was the first time I had ever gotten drunk.
So we're going to go into our third drink here, which is the Helix from Paniza Brewing. And this is one of our newest sponsors. The owner is an amazing guy. He just got this into the LCBO. It's a juicy IPA. So
amazing.
Go check it out in shop now. We really liked chatting with him, so he gets extra shout out. Really nice guy.
He even has a real cool Canada.
It is.
I was gonna say Canada emoji, but that's
It's just the flag.
it's just a flag. Who's the, what do they call Zillennial in the room? It's definitely me.
Okay.
Cheers.
Cheers. All right, let's do it. Let's try.
Oh, okay.
That's quite good.
I don't want to pick favorites, but that's up there.
Will you rate it for us?
I will rate it 10.1.
10.1 out of 10. The highest by 0.1.
And the reason why, like how it's kind of like sweet but not, it's that perfect in between, you know?
There's a little bite to it, you know what I mean? Like a little something.
7%. So
yeah.
we're making our way up.
You get what you pay for.
Yeah. So we're going to go into a bit where we call Backstage Pass, where we went backstage on your social medias and other, and found some pictures that we want some more explaining for.
I am so interested.
Do it. I don't know what you're pulling up. You must
Those
have
shots are like
really
scaring
far
me,
back.
you know?
I'm scared.
All right, this is the first one. Can
I
you
got
tell
it.
us about this?
Can you tell about the corn? So, that was at, what's it called?
I can't remember. It was the festival we sang
No,
at.
it was at
She was like, we were kids.
Okay, wait. So we performed at this festival, and it was so cool. So
Alberta.
Rural Alberta. And they had this
Advantage.
whole money pit, real money pit. It was all in sand, and they'd put...
In the dirt. It
they
was
put,
dirt.
Like $200 worth of like coins and like toonies and loonies, and like the kids would go dig for it. It was amazing.
In the dirt
But you
pit.
get covered in dirt. And then they had corn, obviously. So
Hopefully you ate the corn with your hands before digging in the dirt pit.
So I actually hate corn. I don't like corn at all. Sorry to the corn lovers out there.
I love corn. Corn.
I despise corn, okay? I don't like corn. So that was a joke where I pretended to eat it, but I didn't actually
this is
eat
a
anything.
fake bite.
This is a fake photo.
You should be hired to do those,
Corn
you know those commercials where they like have the biggest bite of the burger and they're like,
I love corn.
Oh yeah, you are the poster child for
I
that.
like food.
dude.
I'd do it. They pay me. I'll do it. But not for corn.
here's the next one, the last one of Backstage Pass.
Oh.
Ah! Love it.
Can you tell us about this one?
I'm going. Okay, so this is Halloween. This is okay.
It's 18 days till Halloween.
Yes, it's so
I'm
soon.
so excited. So this is the very
Yeah.
first night. So I was homeschooled my whole life. I did not drink, right? But I started drinking.
So I was the early bloomer and she was the late bloomer. So again, the yin and yang. It's very
So I started
opposite.
drinking.
Of course.
That was the very first night I ever threw up from alcohol, right? So we were.
So this was
invited-
post Shawn Mendes.
It was
Yes.
post Shawn Mendes.
She didn't throw up with Shawn Mendes.
No, luckily. But we were invited to a Halloween party at this really crazy apartment in Toronto.
Yeah.
It was like huge, like mansion. Like I think this guy rented it with multiple other people, and they just threw parties in it all the
Right.
time. Okay, I'm going to this party. My friend
Yeah.
invited me. You were there. And
So she was Billie Eilish with like a fake Louis Vuitton bag. It was hilarious. And then
was
I was
totally
Ariana Grande. And so I ended up getting hit on that night and ended up like dating this guy for 4 months after. But it was so funny because I had long hair. So the guy didn't even know I had like a pixie cut underneath. It was all just a fucking mess.
messed up
And then Charlotte all of a sudden is passed out in the corner. So like I'm hitting on this guy
I
thinking
ended up
it's like
on
the best
the
time.
ground, throwing up all over myself.
And then so I had
And
Charlotte and
my friends
I.
had to carry me out like
No.
this. It was my first time getting drunk.
So this guy that I just
Everyone
met.
has that story.
This guy that I just met, like him and I had to literally physically carry my sister out into an Uber.
I was messed up. Yep. And I
And
threw up,
so-
I think, in the Uber.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And I had to pay the cleaning fee.
Yeah.
That was rough.
So
That's a tough one.
That was
surprisingly, me and that guy dated for like 5 months after that. But like I'm
Hardships bring you
surprised.
together.
Yeah, I am
Yeah,
surprised
you
it
had
even
to
lasted
take
that
care
long.
Of me, the messed up sister who has never drank before.
It was bad. Bad news.
But that was my first time.
Very cool.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it was fun. The costumes were fun. I think I lost my wig in the Uber though.
So our next bit we're gonna go into is called Concrete Jungle Wing Street Tomato. What is your song lyric that you have commonly misheard in the time of your life? And if you can't think of one, you can have one that a friend has said to you.
Oh.
And if you
Of
really
any
don't
famous
have one,
song.
any song that was like you swore the lyric was this, ended up being that.
Starbucks, Taylor Swift.
No, I knew you were gonna say that because everybody thought it was that. Okay, got along with Starbucks lovers.
Starbucks Lovers.
Everybody thought it was that. Everybody
That's a
thought
good
it was
one.
that.
Sarah took that one. Charlie, if you don't have one,
I took it.
I have one written down if you want to call to the booth. Call a friend.
I want to call it up. Let's see what this is.
It's going to sound like nonsense when you read it, but it is specifically, I chose this one with you in mind. Let's see if you can get it. I'm going to be shocked if you can understand what this is.
I don't think I can.
Yeah.
Pink pajamas, penguin on my body.
It's from Circle of Life. From Lion King. Pink pajama, penguin on my body.
Yeah.
And it's one that like no one really ever knew what they were singing.
The penguin on my body. Pajama, penguin on my body. Do the harmony. Pajama, penguin. No, do the harmony. I can't do it. Yes, you can, Sarah. Pajama, penguin on my body.
Leave me alone.
Penguin on my body.
Pink pajama,
Penguin on my body. Pajama, penguin on my body.
It's the circus.
It's the circle
Okay.
of life.
So we're gonna go into our next drink here, which is the Murphy's Law Warheads Lemon Flavor, super sour.
Yeah.
I love sour.
So it's gonna be it's 20%.
Oh god.
Wow, that's excellent.
Oh. I
love it.
I don't do shots because as I went older,
Well, this one
it's
is the easiest you'll do
oh okay.
of all shots.
What is this? Oh, Murphy's Law.
Murphy's Law, what can happen?
Oh,
will
it is
happen.
sour.
So we're gonna go into a new segment this season
Yeah.
called And Now We Do That Thing That Other People Do, but a little bit different.
And now we do that thing that other people do, but slightly different.
We're gonna do a tweak on celebrities reading mean tweets.
Okay, I love that.
So this is the weird one.
I like weird. Let's
Who's
go.
reading the weird one?
Wait, what social platform? Wow,
Wait, you
I
reading
am gay. Oh yes, this is a meeting room for the homosexual agenda. What platform is that? Is that YouTube?
This is on YouTube.
What?
This is a comment on
Is
one
this
of
on
your-
our video?
Yeah.
What? Oh, maybe do they have a crush on? Usually they have a crush on her.
No, oh my God.
It could be.
no.
Yeah.
'Cause people usually assume, okay, ever since Sarah cut her hair, they assume
People
that
assume I'm gay. We love
she's
gay people. It's
and
totally
we love
fine.
it. We're totally cool with it.
But
they assume she's gay and she's dating me. They don't
because
think we're
she
sisters.
doesn't look like a sister, so they always think we're like.
They think we're like,
Right.
yeah.
So.
Now, these are comments. This is probably the most common comment we get on our page, is the ones that look like this.
Oh my God! All the spam.
You want to read one of them for the cast?
Yeah.
So much spam.
I'm paying $5,000 to the first 5 people to message me.
We get
Difficult
so
time.
many
Or
of
they're
So many.
Like lately,
It's-
I don't know what
they're
happened.
like, I am a prince
First
in
10 people
Uganda and
message
send
me.
me $1 million. Yeah.
Okay, we never used to get that. I'd say the last, like 5-6 months, we just got them like nonstop. Every post we make, we get them, and I'm just like,
Promote your on
I know,
reality
I-
records.
I always comment, I'm just like,
I thought, is it
okay,
because
bro, send me $6,000.
I
Like,
thought
let's
about
do
it
this.
like, are our fans actually falling for it, and is our account now a target? I've thought about that. I was like, are we like in the suckers list for like the scammers? And I'm really big into, if you guys watch like videos on like scammers that like steal like millions, like love scammers. We're like big into it. The Tinder swindler. I don't know if you saw that.
I did
It's
not,
crazy. Stuff
It's
like that.
good,
So
yeah.
I mean, but if you go to, it gives us an extra 20 comments per post. So like, I guess.
But like, yeah, don't
Take
fall
it.
for that. If you follow us and you see that, do not.
Don't fall.
they're not
for it.
gonna
not
send you
legit.
$1 million. They're not gonna.
No.
It's not a
They're
prince.
just an extra comment.
They are not kidnapped.
No.
We're not kidding.
They are not your son.
I don't want to die. Like I'm
Do not believe
like,
it.
I'm, you know.
It's just for fun.
We don't need money for like financial aid. Like we're
No,
good.
we
Yeah.
really
You
don't.
know, we're fine.
No, don't fall for it.
Don't do it.
No,
my
it's
grandma's
like-
smarter than that nowadays. Like my grandma's more educated on scams.
But my grandma, okay, sorry grandma. My grandma got a call from
Uh-oh.
supposedly my cousin.
Okay.
Being like, Grandma, I have been arrested. I am in
Don't tell
jail.
me.
I need you to post my bail. And my grandma
No.
picks up immediately, calls my dad, and goes, Zoe's in trouble.
No!
And my dad's like, what happened? And he's like, this person's calling saying that she's in trouble. I have to send them money. And my dad was like, don't worry about it. And he was like, she was convinced that it was a real person. Like,
No, oh my God.
convinced.
This is so cruel.
Yeah, I know.
Oh
It's
my God. You know, these
I
people
did-
are horrible. They need a slap. That's
All right. Well, we're going to go into our last drink
Oh,
here,
God.
which
Uh-oh.
is the Sight Handmade Gin.
How many waters?
It's got infused with 20 botanicals. It's okay, Charlotte, if you'd like to tap out here. But cheers. You can take a little sip.
Is this a
We're gonna
shot?
sip
Is
it.
this what
This
qualifies?
I believe it's 47.5%.
Can I chase
Oh,
it with
of
the
course,
Jelly Royale?
you can chase
Wait,
it.
I need something to...
No, I wouldn't suggest chasing with that.
You're taking... Ugh, this is mine. I'm sorry. I need this.
Well, you don't have to do the full thing.
No, don't. Just take a sip. I'm just sipping it.
It's up to you. I apologize for being a bad role model
Holy shit.
Wow.
in this episode. Yeah, this one
I didn't
is...
even do that one.
Ooh, that's nice.
It's good. That was
47. So it's 0.5% less than we thought it was. So we're going to get into our last set of questions here.
Ooh.
And Sarah, I know that you have talked about your Tinder adventures.
Oh my God, yes.
Through your times, you post about a bunch on social media. I'd like to hear a little bit about maybe the craziest one, the funniest one, whatever you'd like to share with the world today.
Oh, she has a lot of stories.
Okay, so before I met my boyfriend now, I was a hardcore, like I should have been sponsored.
Tinder swindler.
Tinder, not a swindler, but I even had swipe left tattooed on my palm, which is faded.
That is a...
You see a dot there.
It's the
yeah,
dog
I kind of
there,
see
like-
it. It looks like when they ask
It
for
was
yours
my
to
left
stand.
hand was like
Yeah.
swipe left. You
Yeah.
get it? So, no, proud Tinder advocate, 7 years strong. So you could say I haven't been murdered yet. Like I wasn't
Amazing.
murdered.
You're
which is
the
cool.
poster girl of not being murdered.
There was one time I thought I was gonna get thrown out a window, but you know, there's only one time. So thank the Lord, dark humor, it's fine. I
Gave me a
survived.
parachute.
What can I tell you? Oh, I have some weird.
I like that face. I like where this is going.
I don't care what anybody says. Toronto's a small city.
Yeah.
It's way too small. And I made a very bad mistake this was again 5 years ago, dating people in our industry.
Right.
You know, now I see them now and we joke and we laugh. We're like, haha, that's funny. You know, stuff like that, right? But one time, this guy, we just started talking, and I was pretty casual. I never wanted to. We're also mixing this.
Go on.
Hold on. This is a sidebar first. This is a drink 3 mixed with a drink 5. Going down smooth.
I did that with this one. Drink
And
1
it
and
tastes
5.
good. Okay, go on. It tastes good.
So. Ugh.
Go on.
So. Anywho. So I was like gonna meet him, and at this point, I just it was the guy that we actually met at that party that we had broken up, and so I was
Right.
like, okay, I'll go meet you for a bit, but I don't want anything too serious. Let's just like go to like a bar and like have a beer. So we ended up like talking, whatever. I'm like downtown swiping, literally just met up randomly. He's like, oh well, me and my friends are going to a bar. Why don't you meet up with us? And I was like, perfect. It's a friend group. Like, that's even better. And then if he's a serial killer, I can get away because there's other people there. Like, you know, safe environment. We like that. So I went, and then this guy sitting, so there's the guy next to me and there's another guy. And then the guy, his friend, kept looking at me weird. And I'm like, why is he almost paying more attention than the guy that brought me to this thing?
Right.
Like, what's going on? I go back on my app. We had matched. And I didn't even it wasn't like I was swiping right 24/7. That's fine. But like, I really didn't even remember matching with him.
Yeah, that's fair.
And so I ended up being simultaneously on a date with like 2 guys at the same time, and they didn't even know it, you know? But like, it was at the time, I was like, what are the chances in Toronto? There's like thousands of people, and you end up at a date with 2 guys from Tinder at the same time.
Well, it was lovely chatting with you. My last question is, I know you haven't put out any kind of new albums, new stuff in a while. What's coming out for the Command Sisters in the next little bit?
Oh yeah, no, it's crazy. So our album was supposed to be released in April of 2020.
Right.
But what
Obviously
happened
not.
during April? What happened during April? So that's why our project is so delayed now. And this whole summer we played crazy shows. Like, we opened for JJ Wild at the CNE.
Yeah.
We got to play Calgary Stampede, the main stage. We went to LA. Like, we really got to play like our dream venues this year. So I think going forward now, it's like really taking time to think like what that next thing is, because we do want the next Command Sisters to be something we haven't done before.
Right.
So when that comes out, follow us on Instagram and then you'll see it.
It's going to be the next
I hope so.
big thing.
No,
We're working on it.
My goal is just to go on Dr. Phil one day. So like, if maybe
Hashtag Dr. Phil. Get her on there.
so maybe the next album we'll do it. If we do, I made it. I really
Amazing.
did. I'm excited when that comes out.
Very cool. Well,
Yeah.
we're all waiting very patiently.
Yeah.
And we're all very
Thank
excited.
you. We're excited.
So before we say goodbye, another shout out to Steve's Music, who hooked us up with this wireless setup.
Steve, yo, I love Steve's music.
I
on
go
Queen.
there all the
On
time.
Queen.
On
Every
Queen
time
Street
I
West
lose-
by Spadina.
By Spadina.
I love you.
And another shout out to Freshly Baked Tees for hooking me up
Freshly baked.
with this amazing custom t-shirt. Tim and Eric, some of my favorite comedians, designed by Pretty Good Tees. So thanks so much. Have a great day. Thanks so much for coming in.
Thank you.
See you later.
Bye.
Have a good one.
That was good.
All right.
Eyes like a waterfall, you're flooding my mind. I hate the way you make me wanna take every dive. Sleep slow, but can't say no. I'm starting to slide. I hate the way you got me crossing all of the lines. Wish you didn't know, but you can't kiss me every time I smile. It's on the left of it. Oh my God, can you give me what I wanna? Love it the way you tell my heart is beating every head on. I'm on fire, I'm no red. Come on to me, got no mystery left. Nothing, hey, isn't as passionate when you touch me. Like cocoa money, so fresh, at least my nice, but I like it. have to make it so damn hard to be wise. Side facts and being watching you are a spy, but as long as you do not give in, I won't testify. Wish you didn't know how much you can't catch me every time I say my heart is on the line so bad. Oh my God, can't you give me what I wanna? Love it the way you told my heart is in ever hold on. I'm on fire, I'm open. Come on, got no mystery left. Nothing between us, and it's passionate when you touch me like cocoa mining. So fresh and lish and nice, but I like it. Oh, I like it. Oh, and I know you got me falling for you, and I'm like, oh, there's nothing I'd rather do. I'm on fire, come on to me. Got no mystery there, nothing. Touch me